Hello friends and welcome. We're back to the Masterfront 2 PvP clash between two great players, Bork on Sakura, focused on Ultra Production, and IR on Illyrian, heavy research-based faction. In the last episode, IR got himself 2 mediocre systems and 3 pretty good, above average or even great systems. Bork got himself 4 systems meanwhile. Situation right now is 16 to 13 systems in favor of Bork. Several noticeable technologies were researched last episode. Terraforming, 2 androids by the cost of 1, and last but not least, heightened intelligence, +1 to research for every scientist. Combat tech starts with a bunch of tech-on scanners and communications, and the whole power field of class second shield, gyro destabilizer, bestest by point defense, early point defense in the game, point defense weapon in the game, mass driver, and multi-wave ECM jammer, the better defense against missile weight to cost. And we get Emo, the researcher, as a new director, which eager to join us. Let's see where IR puts him. I think it will be either Tamak system or Drago, the main system, because both of those systems are either farming or researching. Maybe he would like to put him at a carry system, however it still is not as developed as we want. Yeah, Drago it is, and Kimbuzi as a farming leader goes to Atomic system. Both Atomic and Drago systems doesn't have much in terms of production capacity, comparatively of course, so it's better to use them for farming or for research. As of now, the situation is close, but not even. Because not only Bork has 3 more systems, he conquered almost all his monster systems, and being ultra-productive race, unification plus 3 production is, his system development is much faster than ours. And of course, the population is better on the side of Bork as well. However, of course, IR going to Molobat system, like really correct system production-wise. I'm certain he will conquer it. It is guarded by Space Hydra, but it's no problem for his fleet right now. Will he be able to develop this system good enough in the span of these 15 turns before full-fledged war begins? This is the other question, because creative race suffers because of its creativeness. Yeah, you have all the technologies there is, but your productive capabilities is not there. You cannot build fast enough, so you always need to prioritize what you're building, what you're developing, and you cannot, even if you could master enough production, you cannot build more than one thing a turn from a system. Yeah, and IR engages a Hydra. Let's see how it unfolds. He sends his first Merclite missiles with the Skiff frigate and retreats a bit to lessen the chances Hydra hits that frigate. And he goes forward with one of his destroyers and lashes out all of those missiles. And he does this with the second destroyer as well. Q and retreat if by the chance Hydra misses. the ship will retreat safely. If Hydra hits, it's almost 100% ships dies. But the main point is to destroy the Hydra. Yep. 2 volleys, 2 ships gone, 1 frigate remains. Just so those projectiles, just so missiles, so that missiles could hit the Hydra. And that's it. IR won. He brought colony ship with this fleet, so he will immediately colonize this lucrative large 37 maximum population rich system. Okay, he got to a colony of a Bork. Will he engage to see what Bork has? Nope. And we have planetary generator, anti-grav harness, plus 10. Yeah, 37 reach. Great. So, anti-grav harness gives us ground combat. Graviton beam is one of the greatest mid-level beams you may have. Pretty good against shields, because of the sheer amount of damage values. Because shield blocks low damage value, so if you have many weapons with a low amount of damage, shields will be quite helpful. And Graviton beam has quite a high amount of damage for one weapon, so it's great to diminish the effectiveness of shields. And Graviton generator will normalize the gravitation of the planet where it is built on. 120 something, I think. I saw a glimpse of a fleet of Bork, a couple of destroyers, several even frigates stationary at Hamete system, and there at Hamete system was a crystal, space crystal, which guarded quite a great system there. IR has the same system at the upper mid-section of the galaxy map, so he can go there as well. Still, Bork is one step ahead. This is expected. His faction is production faction. He inherently has all the bonusi, all the benefits without needing to build buildings and getting those prioritization problems IR has. However, IR has all the technologies, and I am fully expecting that IR would have less ships in his fleets, but those ships would pack quite a punch, much above what Bork ships could be able to master. Still, it has to be seen. Quite a while till we get to 116 and further, and it's not like the game will end at 116, because obviously it will only begin the confrontation. For now, just scouting and trying to go ahead. Yeah, population is Bork favorite, heavily Bork favorite. Okay, let's see what IR decides to do. It seems he wants to gather his fleet. For now, most logical thing to do would be continue hunting monsters. It's like an obvious choice, of course. The closest one is Kutulam system, I think, but the system is pretty bad for a monster system. And the other is that space crystal in the upper midsection, and we get Pulsar and Inertia Stabilizer. Inertia Stabilizer, quite a great defensive tech. Colony at BR system, BR continues developing. That's great. So Inertia Stabilizer is great defensive tech, up in your defense, beam defense by 50% and your missile defense by 25%. Great all-around tech. Additionally, it has great benefit of allowing you to be more agile, because your turn costs half as much of movement, so you can do different maneuvers, allowing to reposition in a combat. So it's quite a powerful tech. So quite rarely, a pulsar is picked over the inertial stabilizer. Or in this case, of course, IR player is creative, so he can have both. Pulsar by its own regard is quite a strong weapon, because it's a radial weapon, area of effect weapon, which allows to SWAT missiles, smaller craft and bigger crafts. If you have enough pulsars, it has a great damage. However, it struggles against interceptors, bombers, heavy fighters, because those crafts has 15% chance to avoid pulsar damage entirely, or something like this. Don't quote me on it. Because of this, pulsar has quite a hazy implementation or usefulness. Okay, IR decides to continue to research a mutation for the race, evolutionary mutation it's called. This research gives you 5 racial points, which you may spend to acquire additional racial picks, which you cannot acquire otherwise. Of course, except from the beginning of the game, where you're using those racial pick points to create your faction. I'm curious what IR would pick. Most of the times, stealth ships may be picked, omniscient may be picked to counter stealth ships or cloaking field. However, this time I feel IR could benefit from cloaking even without wasting, using just technology which he can allow himself or afford, because he is creative and has great research capabilities. So maybe omniscient to be able to see cloaked ships, especially considering the last game against Cabman. You can find this on this channel, by the way, where Cabman quite effectively used cloaking field or stealth field for his benefits. An additional choice may be cybernetic, however, I don't feel it may be warranted here, maybe. Another common pick is ship attack or beam attack, plus 25% to beam attack. And IR iron scuttleon system, but it's really poor. And yeah, Bork is going to colonize those 37 maximum population reach system, which are guarded by the crystal. By the way, until 116 turn, you can colonize any planet from your part of the screen when you're playing mirrored map. In this case, this is a mirrored map, so yeah. Okay, Atari gets a new colony base, which gets several population transferred to a newly colonized planet to increase the speed of development of the said planet. To put it simply, to just build things faster and get this planet online as fast as possible to either housing duties or maybe even production duties. You always need even small or smaller planets to produce spice, some small craft, It's not only freighters, outpost ships, transport ships. It's not only about big, crazy fleet production. So yeah, in a couple of turns we will see what IR chooses to pick with additional limitation. You will get additionally droids, worker droids. It is the best droids I feel you can get in this game, because the more you build it, the quicker you can build those, because they provide a hefty boost to your building capabilities. Additionally, they are tolerant, so they will increase a bit the amount of population you can host on the set planets where they are built. The same thing can be done with any other droid, farmer droid or droid scientist. However, they can't build themselves, yeah? So it's not that easy to use them as effectively as droid workers. And yeah, IR plays creative and it's hard to squeeze anything additional to buildings and fleets. IR has his hands full even with those buildings he has. Droids is a list of his concerns now. He continues to scout, by the way, on the side of Bork. Right thing to do, obviously. Yeah, additional system is scouted. New colony base constructed, again shifting population there, just to speed up the process. So we are going to, by the way, to hunt that eel. Even if plans is not that good, it's still the experience for the fleet used. Of course, if some of that fleet stays alive, because a couple of those would die, would be destroyed, unfortunately. That's how it is when you hunt monsters. That's okay. The other question: will the quality of IR's fleet and IR's planets match the sheer quantity of Bork's population and fleet? Because after a while this quantity becomes the quality. Because here, a lower amount of population may give you the better results because you're creative, etc., or have some bonuses. But after a while, you can get the same results just with sheer amount of population doing the same thing, but without those additional bonuses. And IR actually doesn't have any racial bonuses like plus research or plus production like Bork has. Only a strong suit for IR is creative pick. Every other pick is like a mandatory thing to stay afloat, to complement this creative pick. So it all boils down to some critical or crucial, I feel, decisions of fleet placement, but it boils down to every fight. And for now it's 18 to 13 systems. Bork is pulling away. And this is what makes this game exciting. If everything would be even, where is the fun in it? Where is the underdog? Yeah, IR is clearly, for me right now, of course, maybe not true, or I feel like IR now is underdog. He has quite a lesser amount of systems, which will be developed slower, because he is not production race. And he needs to revert the flow of this game. Okay, and we go against the eel. Let's see. Okay, eel covers the first target with something like plasma web. It doesn't do damage immediately, only after a certain amount at each turn. So you should be able to just retreat and stay alive. Okay, great hits even through lightning field. This flashing is a lightning field, no self-destruct, so we won't be able to go away self-destruct because on the next turn this attack will destroy this ship, and with self-destruct and you did at least some damage. So this flashes around eel is lightning field. Let's say it just destroys half of a salvo of missiles you send against the eel automatically. It's really a great tech. You actually can have it on your shield, on your ships. Really great tech to have, especially for example if your opposition goes with missiles or mostly torpedoes, because against torpedoes those can only miss or get eaten by shields or by lightning field. Okay, eel is almost done. Yep, and he or it is gone. Okay, IR sees star bases and he decides to see what's going on. Okay, let's see. Okay, titanium armor, second shield, fusion beams, battle scanner and security stations and nuclear missiles, fusion beams. So actually cluster shield means that Bork skipped mass drivers, better weapon than fusion beams, decides to use fusion beams and maybe goes with the beams, seeing how his fusion beam has continuous and enveloping. I thought there, and he hits, fortunately for Bork and unfortunately for air. And we have evolution mutation and druid workers, and what IR will choose. Let's see. Ship attack and fantastic traders. So it's ship attack it is. He thinks about it. Ship attack, what it will do. If our player plays beams, which he may as well do, it will allow him to do more damage reliably with beams. And beams is the better weapon if you can actually deliver the damage because it's immediate in the start of the turn of your ship. However, you need to actually hit your targets, and for this you need additional technology, which creative may have actually, because you don't need to sacrifice other technologies to get better computers, which allows you to actually hit things. So we may see the ship-based fleets, and as you can see, IR skips colonizing Scutellum system and goes just to the system of, for now it's unknown, but it's the same system which recently Bork acquired, which was guarded by Space Crystal and is hosting one of the best planets in the galaxy, rich Gaia, with a maximum population of 37. The more, the better, as you already know. Better pollution efficiency, better building efficiency. So yeah, and we see Android workers going everywhere. Yep, the best is Android there is. Will provide more space for the population, will provide quite a boost to the production, and maybe that's what IR needs to level up the game. We are close to 30 minutes mark, by the way, and soon I will end this episode, guys. And still, let's see what AR decides to do further. Maybe his fleet fast enough so we can see the fight against Space Crystal. Still, I'm pleased to see that Android workers is going down. They have +3 to production. They do not produce any pollution or generate any pollution. And we're going to those reach 37. Picking some lower low research points technologies to research. First of all, you need to get those at some point. And secondly, you can free up mostly all your researchers and shift them to production to produce buildings, improvements, ships faster. I'm going to heavy fighters, ground batteries, defensive buildings. And that's would be it, guys, for today. As always, all the links in the description, and have a nice day.